Hey guys, Ray from Love Your RV and Boat. So today I'm going to show you how I put together my cables for my off-grid systems in the RV and particularly the boat. So today I'm just going to show you how I crimp a 2/0 cable and a 6 gauge cable, pretty common sizes I use. Recently I got a nice hydraulic crimper, makes a nice hex crimp on things. Makes it nice and easy to crimp things and does a very good job at it. Also recently a company, I think they're out of Illinois, called Selterm contacted me, and they offered to send me some of their crimps to try out in my RV or boat systems. So I think they sent me a few bags of different sizes, so I think what I'm going to be doing in the spring is upgrading a lot of the wiring lugs on the boat. It's a fairly old boat, and some of the lugs there look pretty nasty. Some are not coated, they're copper, and they're starting to corrode and turn green, and even some of the coated ones are kind of getting a little bit black and a little bit pitted. So just to freshen up the system, I've been slowly kind of upgrading what was in there. This is going to be a good chance to go right through them. But I thought I'd take this opportunity to show you how my process for crimping the things and what I do. So one important thing I find is to get, these are tin plated, so you get a tin plated crimp, and that helps with corrosion. Copper will corrode pretty fast in a salty environment especially, so a nice tin plated lug like this. You can see those ones are fairly thick. And also they are what they call UL listed, so Underwriters Laboratory. So they've been tested by an organization or meet the certifications. They're also 99% copper. I actually took a saw and sawed it apart just so I could see inside. You can see it's nice shiny copper inside. They also have closed ends here, so air can't get in there and corrode things. And then they've got nice kind of rounded flanged edges here, which help when you're putting the wire inside, and also if the wire is flexing, it helps it from damaging the wire. Anyway, they look like some pretty nice crimps. Also had them send out some shrink tubing. So this is a 3-to-1 shrink, and very important for boating and pretty well anything is it's got adhesive inside, and it's double walled, these things, so they're quite heavy duty. I've gotten tubing before, and it'll rise and it feels like it's really thin and doesn't really work very well, but this looks like some pretty good stuff. And it's got their name brand right on it, Selterm there. Anyway, I have a couple different sizes too. You know, when you order, you want to match the post size. So these are 3/8 post sizes, which is pretty common for the newer lithium batteries. A lot of them use, they call it 10 millimeter or 3/8, and also the little 6 gauge there. But you can also get 5/16 different sizes. And they also had these right angle ones, which is really handy for wire routing. Sometimes, you know, you get the wire coming in and you have to go make a big bend to come up and hook on something, but with these right angle ones, it's just about perfect. Really saves on the wire and also makes a nice tidy looking situation for your wiring dress. Things I use for tools wise, for the smaller cables, I like these little electrician scissors. They got really sharp edges on them, and then you can use them to take the coating off of the wire. Bigger wire, I have the kind of large cutters. I need that for the 2/0 cable. You get up to 4/0, sometimes you have to actually use a hacksaw to get through this stuff, and then just a utility knife to help take the insulation off sometimes. So let's get to it. One other thing I forgot was I have some antioxidant paste that I like to coat the wires with before I put them into and coat the inside of the lug, and that just helps keep corrosion out, and also can improve the conductivity. Some of the pastes on the markets have kind of zinc inside, so they kind of help keep corrosion out and even improve the conductivity of the connection. So I like to coat the wiring, and even when I put it together, the mating surfaces of the lug and say the battery terminal, I'll put some of that in between just to help. It just coats everything and keeps air away that will cause corrosion. Okay, so first we'll prep the wire and see how deep that goes in there. Yeah, right about there should be good. Just make sure that's got a good fit. So that looks like that's going to be pretty good. I'll just show you how this thing can cut these through these thick cables. Nice to have these scissors to trim up the edges as well. Check this one. Right about there is good. Yeah, these are made by Vampires. Quite a handy tool. But they're called electrician's shears, I think. Yeah, that's going to fit nice as well. Okay. I think we'll do the little one first. Big tool here. And I got to look for a 6. This particular one has all the different sizes. There's the 6. Get her all ready for the crimp. Some of this stuff. I want to get that paste in there and try to get it into all the different wire strands there. Work a bit in there. That should be good. Sometimes there's a strand or two that don't quite fit right in. There we go. Okay, so this one, go to work mode. Get that in there. Just like so. I want to get it just perfectly lined up there, so it's close to the flange, so it locks a lot of that strands in there. And we'll go and tighten her up. I think that might have it. Give it a good tug test. There, not too bad. That one will be ready for the heat shrinking. Let's move on to the 2-aught now. That's 2. This kit goes from 8 gauge all the way up to 4. Ready to go. Now we'll prep this. Okay, she's ready to go. There we go. As you can see, that made a nice hex crimp there. Oh, wasn't tight enough. Okay, so I did a re-crimp on that, and it's good that that first crimp failed, because it highlights a problem you can have with so many different types of wires and lugs and things. Now this that I actually picked just to demo is a piece of welding cable, and they have very fine strands. And I used the 2-aught die, but even fully crimped it still pulled out when I did a tug test on it. So I dropped down to a 1-aught die, and now I have a nice tight crimp on that. So sometimes you have to play around with which die you use, even though it's not the exact match, just because there's so much variability in that. But it's always important after you've crimped it to put it on something and give it a really good tug. If it pulls out, then you're going to have to re-crimp it in a different way. But that one's got a really good now. I can really yard on that. So next I'll show you how I put the heat shrink on. Okay, for the tubing, I got myself a heat gun that has multiple settings. I like to set it in fairly low, not super amount of heat. Another warm up, and I just rotate it around. Takes a while for this thick stuff to react. But theirs is supposed to be able to shrink 3 to 1, so you can see it's already. I want to get it nice and warm so that the glue activates inside. Usually you'll be able to see the glue kind of coming out at the end. The idea is to give it a really good seal so that air or moisture cannot get in there. Looks pretty good. Go with the bigger one here. Okay, didn't come out too bad for first attempt. I haven't used that crimper too much. I just bought it a little while ago when I needed it to do some 4-aught lugs, but pretty happy with that. So one thing I should mention is this was just copper cable, pure copper cables that I had kind of kicking around just to do this test. Show you how I do the crimping. When I do the boat wiring, I use tinned copper just for better corrosion protection. But I think that's going to be good. So I've got a bunch to do in the boat. So in future videos, I'll show you those and see the upgrading wiring I'm doing, and we'll kind of use these and see how these new lugs work. Seem like a pretty decent company. Till next time, Ray from Love Your RV and Boat. Cheers, guys.